Alrighty, gang. It is a double crunch for this particular Monday. We're going to be dealing with Black Panther and some variation of Thanos. So, which one we're going to deal with. So, Black Panther, yellow, blue, and red user are white support and roster. So, his yellow ability, protecting Wakanda, cost 7. For the 2-turn fortified repeater count, that would be pretty crazy. For a repeater type that generates 3 attack, strike, or protect. Strike, protect. 3 of them. One of each type. We don't have to worry about if another allies in the fight fortify, and there's 2 allies in the fight. It makes them a little stronger. So only thing we need to worry about 2-turn yellow fortified repeater that creates a strike attack, and protect. 3 of them. 1 of each. Kinetic shield, blue ability, cost 8, active and passive. Active version creates 4 fortified projectiles, all different colors, obviously. And then the passive, whenever you max or destroy a projectile, you deal damage for each projectile on the board. Max of 8. And then finally, by Tooth and Claw is his red ability, which costs 10. So you deal a massive amount of damage, and you increase the strength of any fortified friendly strike, attack, or projectiles, or by whatever the listed amount might be. Or standard strike, attack, and projectiles again, non-fortified, by a smaller amount. And his affiliation for all those that care: Heroes, duh; Avengers, duh; Team Iron Man, Wakanda, duh; Enhanced, duh; and Battle World for all those that care. Alright, Kraven the Hunter. So this one here is going to be pretty interesting. So Kraven is a purple, black, and blue user, though not in that particular order as I get my boost together. So Kraven's black ability, Wounded Pride, costs 10. Kraven creates a 1-turn black countdown tile that destroys 3 AP at the enemy and ally's strongest colors, and then deals 35 damage for each point of AP destroyed. This again is at level 370. Okay, think like the enemy is his passive. At the beginning of the turn, if there's at least 4 enemy strike, attack, or projectiles on the board, Kraven reduces their strength by 335 and then deals 2693 damage. And then finally, Dangerous Game is his blue ability, which costs 10. Kraven steals 1 AP and a random color each turn. He'll create a blue trap tile on the board. And if you have multiple trap tiles on the board, they'll, again, like I said, steal 1 AP and a random color each turn. And whenever the trap tile is matched, it doesn't matter by who, you convert at level 3 basic tiles to his team's strongest color, and then deal 1624 damage. At higher levels, it's 4 basic tiles and you deal 3029 damage. His affiliation for all those that care: villains, Sinister Six, mercenaries, archers, and street level. And I have the Caravan equipped as a support, so we'll look at this here real quick. At rank 1, I'm going to deal an extra 631 damage to heroes, so that will matter a little bit in the fight. At rank 3, base match damage is increased by 332 or 322, which is why you see Kraven Blue being at 400 and something. And then finally, the synergy perk: whenever one of Kraven's countdown tiles expires, you create 2 strength, 138 black strike tiles. And again, most of this here should have been on Kraven except for the max damage increase. Now, what do we do with Black Panther? Obviously, we want Black Panther to create as many projectiles, well, strike attack and projectiles as he can, so we can take advantage of Kraven's passive. So we'll be dealing passive damage and stuff. And Black Panther will be his strike attack and projectiles will be a little bit weaker. Again, that's the idea. Don't let Black Panther gather lead because he will deal some damage to us. Again, easier said than done. Again, here really want Black Panther to grab yellow. Alright, let's see what kinetic shield will do. And then that's 778. Ain't bad. Grab this. Get one hit, grab that. Nah, I don't want to grab it. That's where I don't want it. Alright, we took this match 5. Pop off with pride. Kinda wish it would have lasted another time, but oh well. Dang, I really wanted one of those. Do all that AP on AP steal and drain and all that shit. But oh well. Thanks a lot for playing. I got one more day until I get boss or Jeffrey cover. And we're gonna deal with Thanos, so the 4-star Thanos. Well, this is interesting. So Thanos is a black, blue, and green user. His black ability was Ruthless Determination. This is Determination. So this one here costs 8 or 9 in this case here. He deals damage to the target, and then if there happens to be any additional heroes, enemy heroes, you will deal additional amount of damage to him or to them. But since this is a one-on-one fight and there are no heroes, well, we'll just be dealing the initial damage. Inescapable Destiny is his blue passive. At the start of the turn, if there are more than 3 strike attack or projectiles on the board, you remove one of them and you convert 3 basic tiles to green. Finally, Mad Titan's Mercy. The green ability that costs 12. It'll destroy 32 random tiles indiscriminately, dealing damage for each special tile destroyed up to a max of 1947 additional damage. And then additional tiles don't deal damage or generate AP. Or just, well, don't generate AP, but they will deal additional damage. Thanos' affiliation for all those that care, villains, time displacing non-humans. Alright. Now, at least with my 294 Kraven, we're not going to be creating any strike attack or projectiles, so we don't have to worry about Thanos' blue passive. We do have to worry about the green, random board shake and all that there. This is Determination, will deal us a little bit of damage, but again, nothing we can't shake off with Kraven. And I'm gonna let my master do the talking.
Alright, we at least got two of Kraven's abilities to go off. Yay. Now, who to pair Kraven up with, and comic book recommendations, because I haven't done those there in a while. Well, partially because no good comic recommendations. Alright, so pairing up Kraven. Obviously, Carnage. Duh. No, you're probably saying, well, why duh? Alien Instincts creates 3 friendly attack tiles. Again, this is at level 5. 3 friendly attack tiles, 3 enemy attack tiles. As long as you have less than 10 friendly tiles on the board, well, by the end of turn, well, by the start of turn 5, yeah, you're gonna have at least 6 enemy special tiles, enemy attack tiles on the board, and if you order things right, have Carnage activate his ability first, then have Kraven on the far right, then yeah, you'll get it to activate. If not the 4-star Carnage, the 5-star Carnage. Sabretooth would be another option with his Happy Birthday Runt. Creates 3 enemy strike tiles. Fire that off twice. That's 6. And well, as my man Dale the Funky Homo Sapien would say, well, you're caught in the grips of the city. It's madness. But anybody that can create any enemy strike, attack, or projectiles, that's what you're looking for. Someone like Eddie Brock Venom, that's another option there. As far as comic book recommendations go for Kraven, well, Kraven's Last Hunt. That's obviously the cover for Spider-Man 293. So for those who don't know, this here it started in issue 292, Spider-Man 292, and it carried all the way up until what was it, 297, because I know Venom appears in issue 300. That's how I always remember it. Anyway, Kraven's Last Hunt, awesome story, pretty much pushes Spider-Man to the brink. At this point in time here, Spider-Man is still wearing his black costume, so yeah. You can imagine how how deadly Kraven is if he's fighting Spider-Man with the alien costume. That's just, yeah. All right. So Talos is gonna be our next Crash of the Titans. So that should be kind of fun. And I don't mean that sarcastically either. The April Fool's Vault's still going on. Bionic Video, we'll talk about that store momentarily. Excuse me as I yawn. April Fool's Vault, in order to get tokens from here, best thing to do is use Devil Dinosaur, Howard the Duck, or even Hit Monkey if you happen to have him, Spider Rex, pretty much any of the animal characters. There you go, there's a free token there. Let's see here, offers. Lightning deal. Please take advantage of this here. 50,000 ISO 8, 5 heroic tokens, and a legendary token. Yeah. Thinking, I don't really need the ISO 8, but I do need the legendary tokens, and I do need the heroics. Alright. Then finally, we have the Quacken store. Release the Quacken! So you have Howard the Duck, Jugger Duck, and you have High Evolutionary, and you have Venomsaurus Rex. High Evolutionary is actually somewhat decent, and what I mean by somewhat decent, he's fine when boosted, and he'll be a whole lot better if you have characters that are at higher levels than him, because then he'll start to match their levels. Boost weeks, unless you have somebody that is a 550, and so that'll be, was it 690? I'm gonna try to go in the story mode real quick, so we can look at it real quick. 672, that's what it is. So you got someone at 672, yeah, he'll have his max damage up to that level there. Venomsaurus Rex, I remember at one point in time he was a part of a one turn kill strategy. But now not so much. It was because of his red, but now you have folks like Omega Red that can deal damage consistently with his red paired up with a Koye, or you could just use 5-star Aunt May Gold Nodie and just one shot nodes and be done with them in 10 minutes. I mean, that's pretty much what I do. If I don't have to deal with Quest, just use her and be done with my PvE in, like I said, about 10 minutes time. 15 at the most. So yeah, so that is it for me. We'll be back at it again next Monday with Talos against Crash of the Titans, BX and City Failing Human Beings, and I'll catch you later. And as always, good night, Canada.